Welcome to Establishing and Improving Self-Esteem and Confidence. In this audiobook, we'll explore how to build a strong, healthy sense of self from the inside out, and why doing so can change your life in profound ways. Let's begin by defining the foundation. Self-esteem is your overall sense of worth, the deep internal belief that you are valuable, capable, and deserving of love and respect. Self-confidence, on the other hand, is your belief in your abilities, your trust in yourself to handle life's challenges, make decisions, and pursue goals. The two are closely linked. When your self-esteem is strong, confidence naturally follows, and when you act with confidence, your self-esteem is reinforced. But when either is low, it can lead to cycles of self-doubt, avoidance, or even self-sabotage. Low self-esteem can affect nearly every area of life. It can shape how you speak to yourself, often with criticism instead of compassion. It can hold you back from relationships, jobs, or experiences you secretly desire. It can influence the kind of people you attract, the boundaries you set, and the standards you accept, and it can quietly drain your joy, potential, and peace of mind. Many people struggle with self-worth without even realizing it. You might appear confident on the outside while constantly second-guessing yourself inside. Or you might seek validation from others, fearing that you're not enough on your own. These patterns are common, and they're changeable. It's important to know that self-esteem isn't something you're born with or without. It's shaped by your experiences, your environment, your inner voice, and most importantly, by the choices you make each day. You can improve your self-esteem, you can build real, lasting confidence, and it doesn't require perfection, only intention, practice, and patience. Throughout this audiobook, we'll explore how to do just that. You'll learn practical tools, mindset shifts, and small daily habits that can lead to big internal change. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to strengthen what's already there, this journey is for you. Let's take the first step toward a more confident, empowered, and self-respecting version of you. Chapter 2. Understanding the roots of low self-esteem. Before we can strengthen self-esteem, we need to understand where it comes from, and more importantly, where it can break down. Low self-esteem doesn't appear out of nowhere. It develops over time, often rooted in early life experiences and shaped by the world around us. One of the most common sources is childhood. As children, we form our sense of identity based on how we're treated, spoken to, and acknowledged. If we were supported, listened to, and encouraged, we likely internalized a sense of worth and capability. But if we were criticized, ignored, overly controlled, or made to feel not good enough, those messages can take root and echo into adulthood. Even subtle experiences like parents who were emotionally unavailable or teachers who focused only on our mistakes can contribute to self-doubt. When praise is rare and criticism is frequent, we learn to believe that our value depends on performance, perfection, or pleasing others. But our upbringing is just one layer. Societal messaging also plays a powerful role. We are constantly exposed to images, standards, and expectations about how we should look, act, succeed, and live. Social media, advertising, and entertainment often present curated, unrealistic ideals, making it easy to feel like we're falling short. Comparison becomes a daily habit. We compare our behind-the-scenes to everyone else's highlight reels and wonder why we're not more attractive, successful, popular, or productive. This constant measuring can erode our self-worth, leaving us feeling like we're never enough, no matter what we do. For some, trauma can be a significant factor, emotional, physical, or relational. Being bullied, abused, rejected, or betrayed can deeply damage our sense of safety and self. Even one painful experience, a humiliating moment, a cruel comment, or a sudden loss, can plant seeds of shame that linger silently for years. At the core of all these influences are the internal narratives we create. These are the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, stories shaped by emotion, repetition, and interpretation. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. No one really cares about me. I'll never be successful. These aren't facts, they're beliefs, and beliefs can be challenged, rewritten, and transformed. Over time, these narratives become part of our identity. We don't just feel insecure, we become someone who sees themselves as lesser. We make choices that reinforce those beliefs, staying silent, playing small, avoiding opportunities, or tolerating mistreatment. This is how limiting beliefs get embedded, through repetition, emotional reinforcement, and lack of contradiction. But here's the truth. You are not broken. You are not doomed to feel this way forever. You are simply operating from outdated beliefs that no longer serve you, and that can change. The good news is that with awareness comes power. When you recognize where your low self-esteem came from, you gain the ability to separate who you are from what you experienced. You can begin to question the inner critic, challenge the lies it tells, and choose a new story, one rooted in truth, compassion, and strength. In the chapters ahead, we'll explore exactly how to do that. But for now, take a deep breath and know this. You are already on the path of reclaiming your worth, and that is a courageous, beautiful beginning. Chapter 3. Rewriting Negative Self-Talk and Inner Dialogue. One of the most important steps in building self-esteem is learning to shift the way you speak to yourself. Because whether you're aware of it or not, your inner dialogue is constantly shaping your reality. For many of us, that internal voice, often called the inner critic, is harsh, judgmental, and unforgiving. It may sound like, "You're not good enough. You always mess this up. No one's going to take you seriously. Why even try?" This voice usually mimics things we've heard or believed in the past. It claims to protect us by keeping us small, safe, or out of disappointment. But in truth, it keeps us stuck. It reinforces old wounds, blocks growth, and quietly erodes our confidence. The first step is to identify it. Notice when your inner dialogue turns critical. Pay attention to the tone, the words, the themes. Does it speak in absolutes? Always? Never? Not enough? Does it compare you to others? Does it make you feel heavy, ashamed, or discouraged? Awareness is powerful. Once you can hear the voice, you don't have to believe everything it says. Next, we move into reframing. This doesn't mean sugarcoating or pretending everything's perfect. It means replacing judgment with support. Instead of "I'm so stupid for making that mistake," try, "I'm learning. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how I grow." Instead of "I'll never be as successful as them," try, "My journey is different. I'm making progress at my own pace." This shift may feel awkward at first. That's normal. If you've been speaking to yourself harshly for years, kindness might feel foreign. But keep practicing, because your brain is listening and it can change. One of the most effective tools for reframing is affirmation, but not the kind that feels hollow or disconnected. The key is to make affirmations believable, statements that stretch you but still feel authentic. If "I love myself completely" feels too far off, try, "I'm learning to respect myself more each day." Or "I'm working on seeing my value even when I don't feel it." Speak them out loud. Write them down. Repeat them when you wake up, before a challenge, or in front of the mirror. Over time, these words begin to reshape your inner narrative, not because they're magic, but because they interrupt the automatic patterns of self-judgment. Here's a simple exercise you can use daily. 1. Catch the critical thought. 2. Ask yourself, would I say this to a friend? 3. Then reframe it into something constructive, kind, and honest. This process is not about ignoring reality or avoiding responsibility. It's about treating yourself with the same grace and encouragement you would offer someone you love. You don't need to wait until you feel confident to speak to yourself with compassion. In fact, that compassion is often what creates the confidence. In the next chapter, we'll explore how your actions, not just your thoughts, can build real, lasting self-worth. Chapter 4. Building self-worth through action. Thoughts shape our self-esteem, but actions are what truly build it. You don't have to wait to feel confident before you begin acting with confidence. In fact, one of the most powerful truths is this: action creates belief. Let's talk about the confidence-competence loop. It works like this. When you try something and succeed, even just a little, you prove to yourself that you're capable. That success builds confidence, which makes you more likely to try again. And with more practice, you gain competence, which further strengthens your confidence. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. And the best part? You can start it at any point, with any action, no matter how small. That's why setting and achieving small goals is so effective. You don't need to overhaul your entire life to build self-worth. Start with a goal that's bite-sized and clear. Go for a 10-minute walk. Speak up once in a meeting. Write one page. Make one healthy choice today. The point isn't the size of the goal, it's the integrity of the follow-through. Each time you set a goal and follow through, you send a powerful message to yourself, I can trust me. And trust in yourself is the foundation of true confidence. This process also requires you to step outside your comfort zone. Confidence isn't built in safety, it's built in uncertainty. It grows when you try something new, feel awkward or unsure, and do it anyway. Yes, you might stumble. Yes, you might feel exposed, but those moments are where growth lives. Discomfort is not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're expanding. Ask yourself, what's one thing I've been avoiding because I fear I'm not good enough? And what's one small, manageable step I could take toward it? It might be signing up for a class, starting a conversation, applying for a job, expressing your opinion. Whatever it is, remember, courage comes before confidence. And as you take these steps, don't underestimate the power of follow-through. There's a quiet strength in doing what you said you would do, especially when it's hard. Each follow-through is a brick in the foundation of your self-worth, because confidence isn't arrogance. It's not pretending to have it all together. It's simply the quiet knowing, I've shown up for myself before, and I will again. You don't need to be fearless to act with courage. You don't need to have all the answers to begin. You just need to be willing to take the next small step, and then the next. When your actions reflect your values, your confidence will grow. When your habits match your goals, your self-esteem will strengthen. And when you show up for yourself consistently, you'll begin to see who you really are. Capable, resilient, trustworthy, enough. In the next chapter, we'll explore how confidence can be expressed physically, through body language, presence, and the energy you bring into a room. Chapter 5. Cultivating a confident body and presence. Confidence isn't just a feeling. It's something you can express through your body, your voice, and the energy you bring into a room. And interestingly, how you carry yourself doesn't just reflect your internal state, it can also change it. Let's begin with the basics. Posture, eye contact, and tone of voice. When you stand tall, shoulders back, chest open, and head held high, you immediately project confidence, even before saying a word. Compare that to slouching, looking down, or folding in on yourself. The difference is obvious, not just to others, but to your own nervous system. Eye contact is just as important. Looking someone in the eyes, without staring or shrinking, communicates self-assurance, respect, and presence. It tells the world, I see you, and I'm not hiding. And then there's your tone of voice. Speak too softly, and you may seem uncertain or hesitant. Speak too loudly or quickly, and you may come across as anxious or overcompensating. But when your voice is steady, clear, and paced, even if quiet, it signals grounded confidence. Now let's take it a step further with what's known as embodied confidence. This is the idea that your body and mind are in constant conversation. Change your body, and your mind will follow. This is not just theory, it's biology. Studies show that standing in a power pose for even 2 minutes, expansive, open, upright, can reduce cortisol, increase testosterone, and enhance feelings of control. Breathing deeply, slowing your movements, and occupying space can actually calm your nervous system and help you feel more confident, even in stressful moments. So the next time you walk into a room, prepare for a presentation, or face a difficult conversation, do a quick body check. Am I upright? Grounded? Breathing fully? Small adjustments can create a major shift in how you feel and how others respond to you. But cultivating presence isn't just about body language, it's about mental presence too. Confidence lives in the now. When your mind is caught in fear of judgment, overthinking, or self-criticism, You disconnect from the moment and from your power. To practice presence, focus on your breath. Notice your surroundings. Feel your feet on the ground. Listen actively. Speak with intention. Presence invites others in. It makes your words more impactful, and it reinforces your self-trust. And finally, let's talk about assertiveness. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts, needs, and boundaries clearly and respectfully, without aggression and without apology. It's okay to say, "I disagree," or "that doesn't work for me," or simply, "no." Assertiveness isn't rudeness, it's honesty with courage. And each time you speak up for yourself, you strengthen your confidence muscle. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to dominate to be heard. You simply need to show up, as you are, with presence, clarity, and authenticity. In the next chapter, we'll look at the daily habits and practices that can support and reinforce everything you've learned so far. Chapter 6. Daily habits to strengthen esteem and confidence. Confidence isn't built in one bold moment. It's cultivated, slowly and steadily, through the small, daily choices you make. Habits are the foundation of self-esteem because they reinforce what you believe about yourself and the kind of life you feel worthy of living. Let's explore the daily practices that can help you grow lasting self-worth and confidence, one step at a time. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools for inner growth. It gives your thoughts a safe place to land, helps you notice patterns, and creates clarity. To use journaling for self-esteem, start with simple prompts like, "What am I proud of today? What did I do well, even in a small way? When did I show up for myself?" Writing these reflections regularly rewires your brain to notice your progress instead of only your flaws. It's also a powerful space to rewrite limiting beliefs, track emotional patterns, and build self-awareness. Alongside journaling, consider creating self-celebration rituals. These are small ways to acknowledge your wins, not just the big ones, but the everyday victories. Finishing a task, setting a boundary, speaking kindly to yourself, these are moments worth honoring. You might give yourself a small reward, light a candle, say "I'm proud of you" in the mirror, or simply pause and breathe in the accomplishment. Celebration affirms that your effort matters, and that you matter. Another powerful habit is practicing gratitude, but not just for external things. Try focusing on self-directed gratitude. What about you are you grateful for? Your resilience, your curiosity, your ability to keep going. This kind of gratitude nurtures self-acceptance. It reminds you that even as you grow, you're already enough. Now let's talk about your environment, because who and what you surround yourself with deeply affects your self-esteem. Make a conscious effort to surround yourself with supportive influences, people who uplift, respect, and believe in you. That might mean spending more time with certain friends and creating space from those who drain or diminish you. Also, take a close look at your digital world. Who do you follow? What messages are you consuming daily? Does your feed leave you feeling inspired or inadequate? Set digital boundaries that protect your self-image. Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison or self-doubt. Limit scrolling time. Curate your online space with intention, because it's shaping your perception more than you realize. Confidence also grows through visualization and future self-exercises. Spend a few minutes each day picturing the version of you who feels grounded, confident, and fulfilled. What do they wear? How do they speak? What choices do they make? You're not imagining a fantasy, you're connecting with possibility. This visualization helps activate that future identity in the present moment. You begin to act like the person you want to become, and in doing so, you become them. One helpful practice is writing a letter from your future self. Imagine they're looking back at everything you've overcome. What wisdom do they offer? What do they thank you for starting today? That letter can become a guiding light, a reminder that growth is happening, even when it feels slow. Lastly, remember this. Habits don't have to be perfect. You don't need a flawless morning routine, a spotless journal, or a 30-day streak. You simply need consistency, intention, and self-compassion. Miss a day? That's okay. Start again, not with guilt, but with grace. Every time you choose a habit that supports your self-worth, you cast a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. And over time, those votes add up to a deep, unshakable confidence that no one can give or take away. In our final chapter, we'll bring everything together with some closing encouragement and ideas for long-term growth. Chapter 7: Final Thoughts and Ongoing Growth. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to leave you with an important truth. Self-esteem and confidence are not destinations. They are practices, lifelong companions you continue to nurture, shape, and rediscover. There will be days when you feel strong, certain, and proud of who you are. And there will be days when doubt creeps in, when old patterns resurface, or when growth feels slow. This is not failure, it's the rhythm of real human development. Embrace imperfection. It's not something to fix, it's something to accept and even appreciate. Your value is not measured by how flawless you are, but by how authentically you live. Every time you respond to yourself with kindness instead of criticism, you strengthen your self-worth. Every time you try again, speak up, or choose self-respect, even when it's hard, you become more rooted in who you are. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it's the willingness to move forward despite it. It's the decision to trust yourself, even when the outcome is uncertain. So ask yourself now, what is one small step I can take today to affirm my worth? Maybe it's writing a kind word in your journal. Maybe it's standing tall when you walk into a room. Maybe it's saying no when you've always said yes. The step doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be yours. And remember, you are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to unlearn what no longer serves you. You are allowed to change, evolve, and begin again as many times as you need to. To close, I invite you to take a quiet moment with yourself. No pressure, just presence. Place a hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Now repeat, either silently or out loud. I am worthy, exactly as I am. I am learning to trust myself one step at a time. I release the pressure to be perfect and choose to grow with grace. I am becoming the most confident, compassionate version of myself, and I am proud of the journey. Thank you for listening, and more importantly, thank you for showing up for yourself. This is only the beginning. Your voice, your presence, your story, they all matter. Keep going. The best version of you is already unfolding. Thank you for listening.